what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome to our website. We got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
A little bit of Paul Anka. First hit song, 1957. Well, I'm so young, you're so old. This, my darling, I've been told. I don't care what they say, but forever I will pray. You and I will be as free as the birds up in the trees. Oh, please, just stay by me, Diana. And thrills I get when you hold me close. Oh, Diana, you're the most. I love you, but do you love me? Oh, Diana, can't you see? I love you with all my heart, and I hope we'll never part. Oh, please, just stay by me, Diana. Oh, my darling, oh, my lover, tell me that there is no other. I love you with all my heart. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Only you can take my heart. Only you will tear it apart. When you hold me in your loving arms, I feel the magic of her charms. Hold me, darling, and hold me tight. Squeeze me, baby, with all your might. Oh, please, just stay by me, Diana. Oh, please, Diana. Oh, please, Diana.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Are you bellless?
I'm bellless.
You're bellless?
And ding, 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 welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Monday morning where countdown has begun.
That would be slick. You're on a countdown to Christmas.
Slick,
Jingle Jam, day 3. I hear your bells. And here they come.
There's a bell in the distance.
And the bell in the distance. And here you go.
And welcome. As we get started, our Monday countdown, what do we got? How many days we got left?
Till Christmas or till Jingle Jam?
No, Christmas.
12?
12 days?
I think so. We must be on the 12 days of Christmas because today is the 13th, so we are officially, ding, 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 the 12 days of Christmas. Why are there 12 days of Christmas, by the way?
Because of the song.
Yeah, but who made that up?
Jeffre.
Where did that come from, actually? I don't even know where the 12
Jeffre
days of
made it up.
Christmas
Jeffre's been in music so long, he created it.
You're asking the two Jewish people in the studio what happened to the 12 days of Christmas. Nice.
A Catholic in the
We can
world
tell you about
doesn't know.
the 8 days of Hanukkah, but I don't know if we can tell you about the 12 days of Christmas.
And Puerto Ricans only drink on those days.
That sounds good to me.
Is it 12 days of Christmas or is it 10 days of Christmas?
12. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
And what's the 12th
partridge in a pear tree.
Is 12 the tree? It goes to
think
show you
so.
how much I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Show as we continue on with our Jingle Jam. We opened our show with the music and tribute of Lou Villano. We've known Lou for a minute, as they say.
For a minute,
He was with us back up at Ellie's Diner a couple years ago.
I remember that. That was a couple of years ago.
Back
that was
in
like
the day.
3 or 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago, through JoJo, we met Lou.
JoJo's telling me, JoJo thought that a group that she sent us is coming in today.
I think they're coming next week.
They're coming next week. So she's had a blonde moment.
That's JoJo.
So that would be JoJo. She's
That's
watching.
JoJo. So Slick's been working really hard. You guys worked really hard on our stereos. We've got a new speaker system here, so bear with us. A little bit of technical difficulty. Slick may sing to keep us rolling along. We got a great show lined up for you today. We've got Lou Villano, we've got Steve Leeds, both from JM Productions, Jeffre4y Weinstein in the house. And we've got a new friend to the family. We've got Kids Safe in the house with Cherie Ben Joseph, talking about how we keep our kids safe and the education that they're providing to educate kids on safety and a whole lot of good things. We're going to talk about that.
Well timed.
Empowerment, safety, child trafficking, and prevention.
Well
so
timed.
you know what's going on in our community as far as child trafficking, and Kids Safe is here to educate you how to stay safe, how to educate families in our school systems, and we're going to talk to you about getting this into your church, your synagogues, or any other local groups to share the information. They have a full curriculum to educate the kids to be proactive and not have fear, but to understand how to stay safe. It's
Good
crazy
stuff.
that this is actually a sign of our times.
It is.
Like, this is unbelievable.
And the quicker we get educated at it and accept the fact that it's here, the quicker we'll start dealing with the problem.
Yep, and we've got, of course, our big blowout sale for all the artists here at the cafe. Jay Harmon is buy one and get one 50% off. The colored pencil artist, Amy Rashevsky, there's a new piece hanging in my house, which looks amazing. Got on the ladder yesterday, went boom, boom, boom. I sent her a picture. I go, other than the big hole in the wall that it's covering, she goes, it looks good.
You made a hole in the wall?
I didn't, but I took a wall down, so I hung all the pictures over where I took
You
the
took
wall
a
down.
wall down, and what you hang it on, a hook?
There's still some wall around it. They just haven't fixed the drywall. So there's a beam, and then there's some pictures around it.
And that's what you did. You put it on the beams.
Welcome to my world of interior decorating.
Wow.
Charlotte Lustig came by this morning, which was great. She dropped off 3 bags of toys for our toy drive on Wednesday.
She kicked it off.
So if you are in the area of the Brooklyn Cafe on Wednesday, please donate a children's toy to go back to Kids in Needs. And you get a free headshot by Danielle Bloujon Photography, 11 to 2 on Wednesday. Just come on by, no fee, have some holiday cheer, and let's get back to the kids.
It should be a lot of fun on Wednesday.
What do we have on Saturday?
Saturday, we got the big blowout at the movies at Del Rey. We will be watching West Side Story.
Yep.
If you're a jet, you're a jet. If you're a shark, you're a shark. I was asked to see if they will sing some of the big songs of that movie at the theater.
Ah.
So I'm going to talk to JC and, Maria,
She
something.
will. Charlotte might sing also.
She said she would sing.
Charlotte, there you have it. So
All the bravery is
please
coming.
come on out. It is our gift to you for the holidays. The Brooklyn Cafe and AMP are covering the cost of the tickets on Saturday night for the 7:30 showing at the movies of Del Rey. All we ask is that you let us know you're coming so we can take care of the ticket for you.
And if you're not, just let me know you're at the door and you can come in, because I know this is the busy time of year.
Everyone's busy. We're trying to get it done before our crew leaves and goes back home. We're kind of on that cusp, but we do the best we can. Wednesday, we've got Secret Santa happening here.
Yeah, that's another fun thing.
All the decorations you see on our set are provided to us by Lady Ashley Party Planning. They did a fantastic job. You'll see some pictures on our social media going out. They did an amazing job.
They're very quick. I heard they're coming with more stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
When?
I think Thursday or
I
Wednesday.
don't know, Cherie, where we could possibly put more
I don't know
stuff.
either, because you have a lot of stuff.
I do?
There's stuff everywhere.
I got a lot of stuff. All right, where do you want to kick off? With Lou?
Let's kick off with Lou, because
All right.
Lou's the singing maven of the moment.
All right. We want to bring him over to camera 3, or you want to move camera 3
No,
to him?
everything is in play. He's in
All
play.
right,
You
have
gotta
Lou
go.
come
there
on
you go.
over and
Sing one more time.
you going to sing, Slick?
Hold on. Lou, stay right there. Sit.
Play background.
No, Slick, don't sing. Lou, how you doing?
I am doing fine, Fred. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I love this guy. we did something at the diner with him. Remember that day at the diner?
Oh, I remember well.
You blew it away that day.
Yep.
We were running wires all over the diner. Remember, we had to run that long wire?
That's
Yes, we
right.
had the Ethernet running through the entire diner.
And everybody was eating eggs and stuff, so we had to climb over and says, don't mind me. Oh, let me have some jelly with that toast.
Yeah.
But we got it done, and we had a lot of fun with
We
that.
did. That was like 4 years ago, I think. It's
4
got to be
years.
It
4
was-
years.
We've been
Yep.
here 2 already, which
Yep.
is unbelievable.
4 years, I know, that's craziness. So what's been happening with you recently?
Well, we're coming out of COVID. The shows are starting to come in. All the ones that were canceled for 20 and part of 21, they're all coming back. And going to be doing some traveling in 2022. We've got 2 shows in Massachusetts. A couple of shows in July in Holyoke. And then in December, doing the Paul Anka tribute show, His Way, My Way, Christmas show in December in Danvers, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston.
I hope that Paul Anka tribute show is going to be other places than just in Boston,
Oh
Massachusetts.
no, it will be. I mean,
Okay.
I've got stuff on the West Coast in January and February. I've got back here in February 19th at the Skolnick Center in Pompano, doing the Paul Anka show. Beginning of January, I'm in Royal Palm Beach at the Recreation Center doing a show for an hour in the afternoon of January 7th. So it's really starting to come through. So I'm very happy about that.
And what did you do during COVID? Everything was shut down. Were you able to do anything virtual or?
Watched a lot of TV, Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff. Watched the wife do a lot of shopping on QVC and HSN. And just started to work on some new songs, constantly updating the show with new things, listened to a couple of things that Anka was doing on the internet to get some new ideas, and like everybody else, just trying to be safe. That was it.
Doing a lot of tribute shows, which is incredible.
Yep.
Only Paul Anka you do?
I do Paul Anka, and then I do another show that's called Let the Good Times Roll Variety Show, which is a mixture of you throw in a little Sinatra, a little Dean Martin, and then bring it up to the 50s, 60s, and 70s with Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell, Neil Sedaka, Mark Jones, Engelbert, and Bobby Darin.
You know, the amazing thing is these are old school wonders, but yet they are still, anyone who hears them, you stop, right? I'm watching Cherie kind of dance and do her thing, and no matter
Yep.
how old they are the classics of music.
No matter what age. And
Right.
and on Anka's website, because I'm hooked up to that, you'd be surprised how many younger people, late teenagers and people in their 20s that are following Paul Anka and know of his songs, which is why I feel so good when I do them, because I'm actually getting his music out to people that may not know who he is. And you have to love the songs.
You have to love the songs. They're classics.
Which is your favorite of all of them?
My favorite. I mean, there were so many great songs. I think I like doing the one that he wrote for Sammy Davis. He wrote a song for Sammy Davis for his variety show in the 70s. And it's called I'm Not Anyone. And when I do that in the show, I have video played behind me of Sammy Davis Jr. So it really embellishes the song.
Very cool.
You love doing Sammy Davis Jr.?
Yeah. In fact, I used to do a show that had Sammy that was a tribute to Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
Yep.
Again, the classics.
And there's nothing like the classics, you know, because it sort of brings you back full circle to what's going on, and nobody knows that more than Jeffrey.
Right.
Well, we also we have a new promo video that just came out that we did on Anchor, which is terrific, absolutely remarkable. And when you mentioned Sammy Davis, and this is going back even way back, when I had my ad agency years ago in the late 60s and early 70s, one of my best friends was, the best man at my wedding was a singer by the name of Jack Ross. And Jack introduced me to Davis, and Davis was performing at the Doval Hotel. And I got to know Sammy real well. As a matter of fact, I used to play poker with Sammy in the suite before and after a show. That's how far I go back.
Wow.
So some good memories about Sammy Davis, one of the top entertainers ever live in his variety. But the new promo that we've got is really terrific. And you can see it on YouTube. You can see it on my website. And it's wonderful, wonderful.
Very nice. All right, Slick, can we get maybe Lou to do another song and take us to commercial break? When we come back after another song by Lou, we're going to talk to Cherie Ben Joseph of KidSafe. So a lot of great information to share during this holiday season, and to kick it off with some great music by Lou Villano. All right, here we go.
All right, we're going to do this one, which was the second hit song.
Second hit song for Paul Anka in 1957, You Are My Destiny. You are my destiny. You are what you are to me. You are my happiness, and that's what you are. You are my sweet caress, and you share all my loneliness. You are my dream come true, and that's what you are. Heaven and heaven alone can't take your love from me, but then I'd be a fool to leave you, dear, and a fool I'll never be. If you're listening, come on. You are my destiny, and you share all my reverie. You're more than life to me, 'cause that's what you are. My saxophone player, Randy Emmerich. That's what you are. My destiny.
Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Has been a year like no other. 2020 The Game is an exhilarating board game where players struggle to collect 270 electoral votes and win the White House. All while navigating through the challenges of a global pandemic, an international toilet paper shortage, the invasion of murder hornets, state of emergency lockdowns, and civil unrest, just to name a few. Roll the dice and see what fate awaits you. Purchase yours today. Available at 2020-thegame.com, Palm Beach outlets, Amazon, and Walmart.com.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I feel like an altar boy.
know what they say? Every time you ring a bell, an angel gains their wings.
I've never heard that.
Always. Didn't you ever see that movie?
Every time I ring that bell, somebody gets mugged. That's what they
It's a
told me.
Wonderful Life. It's a wonderful life. Anyway, welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe Show and a beautiful Monday, 12 days before Christmas. Kids are Flat Freddy. Kids are kids are out of school as of Friday, I think. So, got to be a little bit more careful on the roads, biking, everything around kids. You got to be a little more kid safe and kids friendly. We've got Jeffre Joseph joining us of Kid Safe Foundation. We're going to talk to her for a little bit and see what they've got going on. They are personal safety and child trafficking prevention program. And I have to tell you, I did not realize that Florida was in the top, I'm going to say top 5 to be safe in child human trafficking.
I thought it was
South Florida.
the number 1 and then number 2.
But I
Now
can't
it's
even
number
believe
3. So we're going down, which is good, right?
we're number 3, right?
3?
I cannot even believe, though, this is an actual thing that we're talking about. And Florida is number 3 in human trafficking.
And the amazing thing is that we can't seem to shake that off. Now, did you see the other day that somebody was being kidnapped and the kid was in a car and they did the signal? Remember the signal?
Yes, it was that, right?
It's the signal that they did, and the people were astute enough to call the police, and they pulled the car over and the kid was being taken. So it worked. I was at Walmart one day and Linda and I was noticing that a child was being really beat around the bush in the parking lot. And I did the signal and the child just looked at me. Now, the other problem we have with this is that sometimes they don't know to give you the signal back. And so we followed them into Walmart. And an employee at Walmart, which her name is Barbara, I knew her and I told her what was going on. She said, "Oh no, he works here." So I almost had the guy arrested.
All right, let's get you guys situated.
Let's
bring them over there, and then we're going to talk to Jeffre. We have Jeffre Ben Joseph, and they have an entire curriculum on Kid Safe and what they're doing to educate the children and families in our community. So let's talk. You are the co-founder of the Kid Safe Foundation. Where is Kid Safe located?
So Kid Safe, the actual office is right here in sunny Boca Raton, Florida. But we reach out all over the state and now as well accessible to the country.
And you have a full curriculum that educates what age children?
Our new curriculum is called Stay Kid Safe, and it educates kindergarten through grade 5 in personal safety.
Now, when we talk personal safety, I know it's going to encompass more than I could possibly even imagine. It's not even just touches by family members or touches by people that are outside the family. What does safety encompass now?
Yes, it's such a great question because sometimes we don't even think about what do we need to teach our kids to be safe in today's world and in the past. And the Stay Kid Safe program teaches life skills. We want to build strong, resilient, independent kids so that they have the power within themselves to recognize when a boundary's been crossed. They also recognize when they have concerns with someone else, perhaps a healthy relationship that's turned into an unhealthy relationship. If something's making them uncomfortable, we want them to know that they have the right to access help, and we teach them how to do it.
Starting at a young age.
Well, we start at a very young age, and most often, and rightfully so, parents, grandparents say, "What do you mean you're teaching my child about, child trafficking?" We are not teaching young children about child trafficking, so I want to be very clear. But what we are teaching is skills of personal safety that just like a parent or a caregiver or guardian would teach their child how to swim to prevent drowning. We want all parents and grandparents to be involved and teachers in teaching personal safety to better protect the children that they love.
It's so interesting because I remember when we were growing up, we didn't have any of this. It was like no means no, right? And our kids, it was no means no. It was cyber safety. It was inappropriate touching, but then there was that fine line of what that was. You have an entire curriculum. What brought about, and well needed for
Yes.
sure, What brought about a curriculum and even creating this entire foundation?
Yes. So the reality is, I also grew up in Don't Talk to Strangers.
That was
That's
it,
what we
right?
learned.
Right.
And Don't Talk to Strangers, when you think about it, doesn't actually teach a skill. It teaches what not to do. But okay, then what do I do? You know, I've learned, once I went into the world of social work and education, through the children that I met through my work, I learned that even the people we love and trust are often, more often than not, the people who harm children. And that really spun me on my head as a young social worker fresh out of school. And I realized that we need to teach this as skills, because most of the harm, 90% of the time, a child is harmed by someone they know and trust, or the family knows and trusts. And 68% of the time, it is the family. So with that said, how does a child access help? How do we as adults get better at recognizing signs that something's wrong? And so partially it's the Stay Kids Safe program, which educates the children, but then we have Stay Kids Safe for educators, which educates the educators about what are the signs and symptoms of a child that's in need, that might be being harmed, and what is the profile of an offender. And that's really important to know. And even people who are out there listening to this program, we all as a society need to learn this stuff, because then we're best able to protect. So if you're in a Walmart and you're seeing some signs, number one, you'll know I love what you did, that you actually went and said something, okay, instead of saying, oh no, it's not my problem, not my business. But what if you're at your place of worship and you're concerned about the behavior of an adult at your place of worship? So the more knowledge you can gain about what that might look like in real life, because there are behaviors that we can look out for, the better chance we have of keeping children safe in our community, all across the nation.
People are writing in saying that the work you do is phenomenal.
Oh, well, thank you.
Phenomenal. So you should be, an applause should be for the work you're doing. I've always been, when I was coaching, there was a team that I played in Manhattan, and I didn't like the way one of the parents was dealing with one of his players. And it was really rough, and I didn't like it. And I went and I got a cop, because I used to be in the 3-4. Okay. And they took the guy in, and they found out that there was abuse going on in the house. Now, the funny thing about this is that, you know, you can never say, it's none of my business when it's a kid. And you sort of have to mind your business, because a lot of voices can't be heard on the other side. And you sort of have to do something. Even if nothing happens, you're putting people on point, that people are watching. And I love what you're saying, because as a community, we got together. You know, a hand is 5 fingers makes a fist. So if people get together, they'll be able to talk about how to prevent people from being off the cuff with children.
I mean, you've got 3 small grandchildren, so it's a whole nother level of what grandparents see versus what parents see, you know, and then there's bullying and all the things. Do you look for the signs? You teach the kids to look for the signs, or do you teach the adults to look for the signs that kids are portraying? And we used to do it through coloring and stick figures and drawing pictures. Or are there other signs that as adults we should be looking at?
That's a great question. There's a lot of different, for example, at KidSafe, we teach, we do a seminar for KidSafe Parenting 101, you know, where we talk to parents, we talk to grandparents about what to look for. What are signs that your child might be being abused? And the list is quite long, but it's a change in behavior. It's a child who all of a sudden doesn't want to go to that specific extra activity that they really loved before, and now they're not comfortable going anymore. It's a difficulty transitioning, it's mood swings, it's changes in eating habits, it's changing in hygiene. So there's a lot of different things that we can teach adults to look out for. And then also, we really teach how to be an approachable parent or grandparent, because it's so important that our children, especially in today's world with all the inundation they get from the internet and all this information that they get and things that they see, they need to have an outlet to digest that stuff. And often they see adult things and they keep it inside, and it actually causes them stress, and it impacts the way their brain develops. So the more we can be approachable, accessible parents and grandparents and other important relatives, the better. So we talk about, well, how do you do that in today's world? How do you actually make yourself a non-judgmental, parent who's going to say, you did what? I'm taking away your phone, which is actually not helpful. We need to teach them how to use it with respect, etc. So there's a lot of things that we just get this conversation going. The topic of sexual abuse prevention, personal safety, child trafficking, it cannot be taboo anymore. Enough of that. It's real. It impacts 1 in 10 children by the age of 18. So if we're not talking about it, we're not preventing. So the more we're talking about it amongst us adults, and I am so pleased to be here today because it gives me the opportunity to reach more people, the more we'll prevent.
It's so important to get your message out, because the one thing, there's so many things on this. If a kid is feeling unsafe, but they feel they can't say it, they can't share it, the stress is bad enough, but the impact that it's going to have on them for the rest of their life, and if they are actually physically being in harm's way or being sexually touched in an inappropriate way, they have to be able to feel that they can share it without, Uncle Joe did this, and then everyone says, Uncle Joe, did you do this? And then it's this whole situation, and to put this pressure on these children, I can't even imagine what's in your curriculum to teach them how to say it, what to say, how to feel empowered to say it, and as a life skill. How did you even write a curriculum that encompasses all? I can't. It's making me stressed just thinking about it.
Yeah, you're actually moving me, and I'm in it all the time. But it is really important to understand that we teach from a place of empowerment, not fear. So back in the day, more often than not, we would teach the kids in a very scary way, and then we would walk away and hope for the best. And now what we're trying to do, or what we're doing is we're teaching from a place of empowerment. So in kindergarten, they learn certain skills. They learn about their safety voice. They learn about their circle of safe adults. Who are the people they can go to access help? They learn that their bodies are special and belong to them. And they have the right to take care of their bodies and talk about their bodies. So if we don't give them that opening, then they think that, and they haven't had that from their families, then they're not going to know that it's okay to go to somebody for help. So we start out by giving permission for that. And then each year we build on skills. So by, say, 2nd grade, we're learning the difference between a safe touch and an unsafe touch, and a good secret and a bad secret. So the power of an offender, and remember, an offender is someone more often than not they know and trust. The power for the offender is that a child will keep a secret. But if we're countering that message through a fun educational experience, which even includes 3D animation, so makes it really child-friendly, that message that we're sending to the kids about secrets, they're going to say, oh, wait a minute, he crossed my boundary. That didn't feel comfortable to me. I have the right to tell someone in my circle of safe adults. And it's like a thread that builds on skills. And our goal is to involve the parents more, involve the teachers more. And the more we're all on the same page, the better we can make sure that those kids come to us for help, but also that we're watching as well for the signs of a predator in our midst.
It's funny because when I was at the 3-4, they trained us to look at kids' eyes when they're in public. And they trained us to look when children look down. So we used to say, because we were in uniform, we used to say, hey, how you doing, champ? But we used to do it to get the response. And a lot of the times, if they looked up and put their head down, then you continue the conversation. If they say, hey, how are you? And everything looked good, that was the first sign that it's cool. But if you train and you look, you can always pick up a vibe, is the way they trained us. And I did it for a few years. And they train you to look. You know, we always have our eyes in our phone when we go to the mall. We don't pay attention to anything around us. We don't pay attention to the bad guys around us that can affect you, especially now during this time of year. So you got to be aware, and it's a horrible thing, I know, to say, but you got to be aware, not only for yourself, but for other things that are going on around you. And the numbers are staggering. Staggering are the numbers. And if we don't bring these numbers down, what kind of society are we? So
our long-range goal is that all children receive this education just as part of their everyday learning, that parents integrate personal safety into their everyday parenting. So just like a parent teaches children, oh, don't forget to say please and thank you, or don't forget to call me when you get to so-and-so's house. It is part of how we care for our children and how we raise our children. So children who receive this type of education are more responsible. They're more respectful of themselves and others' boundaries, which is really important in today's world of learning consent, for example. They're more, they have more self-respect in terms of future dating and being just aware of scams online, because we teach internet safety from kindergarten on. So all of these things, but we do it from a place of fun, empowerment, and not fear. And I think that's an integral part of the approach.
Let's talk about where the programs are. How do people, get their kids involved in the program? How do they get involved in the program?
Great question. So all of you out there, I want you to go to learn.kidsafefoundation.org. It is a platform that's accessible to all educators, all teachers and other qualified educators in the state of Florida and even across our nation this year. They can access this platform for free. All of the lesson plans, the lesson guides, the trainings, the 3D animations, the activities are all on this platform, ready to be utilized by teachers in their classrooms.
Wow.
It's turnkey. We built it for educators because we know that they have to meet the mandate in Florida. There's a rule in Florida for child trafficking prevention education. It is a law, and we want to make it the most research-based, child-friendly, age-appropriate, but also teacher-friendly, because we know they have their plates full. So learn.kidsafefoundation.org is the platform website, and that's where you can get some of that information. Talk to your principals of your schools, talk to the teachers that you know in your lives, and let's spread the word, because the more children receive this education, the safer they'll be.
Let me ask you another question. You talk about unhealthy relationships. I think about, we actually did an interview at one of our kid shows, and they interviewed some teens, because if you come from a house or a home where the relationship is unhealthy, but that's all you know, sometimes you enter into an unhealthy relationship. Does your program go as far up into that age to teach them what's healthy, what's not, when you're dating, things of that nature?
So not for dating, because we go up to grade 5.
Okay.
But we absolutely cover red flag warning signs by grade 5. And what does that mean? To adults, where we know that there's a process called grooming. So someone who's a great person in that child's life, it could be from the school environment, it could be from the community environment, it could be a coach, a tutor, a gymnastics, a music teacher, it could be any of these people that we have in our children's lives who starts out being awesome and friendly and wonderful and a great caregiver in whatever way they do. But then things start to change, because they're actually grooming the child for sexual abuse. And when they're grooming that child for sexual abuse, they're also gaining the trust of the family as well. We hear those big cases on, in the old days on Oprah and whatnot. And that's what they do, and they're very savvy at it. And it's very easy for a child or even an adult to be vulnerable to the savviness of an offender. But what we do teach the children by grade 5 and on online safety in grade 4 is that if something changes, listen to your inner safety voice, listen to how your body feels, and we teach them how to do that in younger grades. And if you're uncomfortable or you get queasiness or something doesn't feel right, that is a sign that it's okay for them to go to someone else in their circle of safe adults and talk to them about it. Work it out, ask questions, say, this is how I feel, what do you think? And that's how we can hopefully stop this in its tracks.
Sung says, wonderful work they do, Kids Safe.
Hi, Sung.
It's incredible what you're doing. Do you have, I don't know if you do or you don't, ambassadors of kids that have gone through your program and speak to the kids?
Oh, that's a great question. We don't have an ambassador program, but as we grow this new program, Stay Kids Safe, that's one of our ideas is to bring back some of the older kids who have gone through the program. But the idea is that with our new law that we have here in Florida, for example, by 6th grade to 12th, they're going to be learning about child trafficking. Well, I don't want children to be learning about child trafficking until they're fully knowledgeable about personal safety, because it'll make a lot more sense and it will make them less vulnerable to child trafficking if they've gained this knowledge about their personal safety. And I want to do a shout out. Can I do a shout out?
Of course.
I want to do a shout out to my entire team back at Kids Safe Foundation, because this would never have come to fruition without all the leadership of Laura Askowitz and the entire team putting all of their efforts into making this available to the entire state of Florida.
That's amazing. Jennifer's writing, and also I reached out to Jennifer and she put me right in touch with you. But I would love, if you have any kids that have gone through the program that would be willing to come forward and share the experience. We have kid shows, we've got teen shows. I'm a firm believer that kids learn from kids, we learn from our peers. I think that would be incredible. We've got shows that our producers do for kids and teens to interview them also. That would be really cool.
I would love to be a part of that.
Right?
The object of the game is to make as much noise as you possibly can.
Agreed.
And then turn up the volume.
Yes.
And keep turning it up until people say, okay, we got to do something to stop it, because obviously it's a problem. Yeah. And we've been affiliated with some other organizations in the past, but this one is big. And right now it's one of the worst. And I think now is the time to make a move and do whatever we could do to make some noise.
Well, you're helping me today make some noise, and I am so grateful.
So hopefully we make some noise today. I'm going to try and re-air this segment tonight. I want to put it on WNN. It's always a bad time of year to bring awareness, but especially now, families are gathering again. You talk about your circle of safety. Not every family member is a circle of safety, and they need to be educated. So get this information. I can't believe this is free.
It is free, and this is our goal. We don't want to limit getting this into every child's hands. And the way to do that is through donations. And we put a shout out to all of you out there, and individual donors, corporate donors, people who can back keeping this platform alive, moving, continuing to develop and add more, for us to add more content. We need donations to do that. And we are doing it for this year, and our goal is to continue that model throughout.
How do people reach you or the foundation for more information or to donate?
Definitely go to kidsafefoundation.org, so www.kidsafefoundation.org.
Incredible. Thank you so much for joining us. So much more to do, so much more noise to make. The CDC says this is a public health crisis, but it is preventable with proper personal safety education. Thank you, Jennifer. Wow, a public health crisis.
I like to be a center. If they can't reach you or people want information or something, we have to talk. I want people to be able to come here. I've been doing it since I was 24, involved with kids and everything else, and battered women and everything in New York. So I'm no stranger to this thing. And if they want more information, sometimes people need a place to go because they're in trouble, the whole nine. Fear is the secret to the enemy, because that's how they get people under their thumb. It's all about the fear, the bigger fear. And that's what you have to break through. So if you can break through their fear, you're good to go.
Wow. Yep. Cherie Ben-Joseph, thank you so much for joining us. KidsSafeFoundation.org. For more information, check out their website. Free downloadable curriculum. Everything is there, and if you need anything else, you can go to the website and contact them. Their entire team is amazing. Jennifer and Cherie, and of course you can always contact us here at the cafe.
Yep.
We're going to go to commercial break. When we come
let's
back,
have Lou take us out.
Oh, we're going to have Lou
Hey
take
Lou,
us
you
out?
got another song in your sleeve?
Another song? All right, we're going to have
Let's
Lou
put Lou
take
up there, take us out to commercial break.
And we come back more with our Jingle
So we
Jam
can end this on a high note.
on Monday, 12
On
days
Monday,
before
because
Christmas.
Monday is the worst time of the week. You know that, right?
12 days before Christmas.
12 days. And Lou, what do you got for us?
Okay.
A song that everybody asks for during the show, or they wait for this song. It's the one song, it's one of two songs that Paul Anka wrote for Frank Sinatra. This one originally came from a French song called Comme d'habitude, which means it's usual. And he wrote this song based upon a dinner that he had with Frank Sinatra and a bunch of Frank's Goombas, as they say. And Frank was very irritated. He was very annoyed. He wanted to get out of the business. And Paul wrote this song at 1 o'clock in the morning while he was in New York. And it took him 4 hours. And he called Frank, played it for him. Frank loved it. But when Anka went to his management people, they wanted only Paul to do it. And he said, no. I wrote this song for my old Italian friend, Frank Sinatra. And of course, it's the one song, My Way. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. For my friends, I will state it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, but then much more than this, for I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. I planned each chartered course, each careful step, right along the byways. But then much more than this, for I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But then through it all, when there was doubt, I just ate it up and I spit it out. I faced it all as I stood tall, and I did it my way. I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And then now, as these tears subside, I find it all so amusing just to think that I did all that. And may I say, in such a shy way, well, oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows that I took the blows, and I did it. I did it my way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream. Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
Watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. I don't know what Slick is doing over there.
I feel like I'm in a winter wonderland over here.
But if you hear some popping, it's Slick trying to figure out.
But we've got some exciting news while they're setting up for the next part of our Jingle Jam. Cherie Ben Joseph and Kids Safe Foundation, they will be doing their own show this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. live right here on streaming and on WWNN. Because as we were finishing up the interview and we talked about families gathering, she said this right now, it is so important to get the information out to grandparents. Grandparents as in our age grandparents, because after COVID, this is really the first holiday season that people are regathering again, and all of that thought of this could possibly happen is gone because everyone's so happy just to be together. He may blow my ears out, but they are going to be airing.
He just took my liver out.
On Thursday Night Live at 7:30 for more information to share it out. But you can always visit kidsafefoundation.org for more information or contact us right here at the cafe. So I'm hoping, Jeffrey, other than what Slick's doing over there, that that we're going to have some more JM production singers.
Jingle Jam.
More Jingle Jam. We got Steve Leeds and Slick's like, we're good, we're good. What else you got cooking? A lot of people have been writing in.
I don't know what he's doing, but whatever he's doing. But let's talk to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, how you doing? I know. Steve is in your shot.
Steve. Come
Steve,
out
get
of
out
my
the way,
shadow.
Steve.
I'm short enough.
No,
I
Steve,
don't need
stand
to be
up.
shorter.
Steve, stand over there next to Slick, because you're going to be singing in a minute. Yes.
Am I singing first?
Nah.
You're gonna stand over there. and we're
we're
gonna talk to
talking
Jeffrey.
first.
We're just making sure we're all on the same page.
Okay. I got another thing. I'm
What?
going to run to the men's room and back.
Okay. Go ahead.
Lou, J.C. Dreesen says she loves you.
Yes, we are very good friends, and I love her. We were together last night.
Slick.
And
fix the
we're
tripod.
going to try and work something out where we're going to do a show together.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to do.
JC is spectacular. And JC, Charlotte popped by this morning with 3 big bags of kids' toys and a huge box of chocolate for the crew. So
just tighten it up.
Hopefully she'll be singing with
Tighten
you
it
soon
up.
also. That'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yep.
You guys were at Maggiano's, she said?
We just
That's
did
where
it
you did your show, right?
last Wednesday. Did
How
the
was
show.
that?
Sold out.
Yeah, we heard.
Wow.
Sold out show. It was great. Really.
Maggiano's?
Maggiano's. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Do
I'm
they
sure
have a venue for shows, or they take one of the back rooms?
They take one of the back rooms, and we had about 85, 90 people. They
Wow.
served dinner. They served dinner at 6:30, and at 8 o'clock the show went on. It was hosted by Johnny T, and he opened, and then it was myself and then JC, and then we did a thing together, all 3 of us, and it was a great night.
Wow.
The reaction on Facebook was unbelievable.
It had to be spectacular. Were you there, Jeffrey?
I was not. Unfortunately, I was out of town. But
Well, we heard about it because we know Anik, we know and JC and everybody. We heard about it. He actually took 2 rooms, right, to get that many people.
I think, yes, I think when you looked at it, it was 2 rooms that
Yeah.
were open. And he could have had more because there was some room in the back part of that room. But the problem was where they would have tables, those people might not be able to see us in the front because we were on the floor. There was no stage.
That had to be an unbelievable show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think we're going to do it again.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to run back through the camera shot.
Steve, just keep running, Steve. Don't worry about it.
He's running back through the camera shot. Jeffrey, you're very busy with all of your entertainment through JM Productions.
Well, we are getting there. I wish there'd be more audience participation. I think some people are still afraid to come out, even though the masks now most places are optional. But it's slowly coming around. But people are starting to go more, and we're glad to get the phone calls and the artists. And you got 2 of the best here today with Lou and Steve coming up shortly. But Lou is going to be doing, as he said, Skolnick in February. And we're also planning on doing his other show in April. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
I see Skolnick this week.
I never knew Paul Anka wrote that song for Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Specifically for Sinatra. And then he also wrote, in 1973, he wrote Let Me Try Again with Sammy Kahn, because Frank was coming out of semi-retirement and he wanted Anchor and Sammy Kahn to get together to write him a song, wrote the song, and it was on the Old Blue Eyes Is Back album.
Well, I saw, Jeffrey, when we were at Parker with you, that Paul Anka's doing a Frank Sinatra tribute show coming to Parker, I think in a couple months. It's called Anka Sings Sinatra.
Anka Sings Sinatra, His Way, My Way.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I have the Paul Anka Songbook Tribute Show, His Way, My Way. And we do, I do, just like he does, some of Sinatra's songs, including Let Me Try Again, My Way, and a couple of others.
It's pretty amazing. Parker, when we went, oh my gosh, you talk about a metamorphosis of a theater,
Yeah.
of a playhouse.
What they've done with the front lobby and the bar area is absolutely unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, if anyone had ever been there back in the day, it still looked back in the day up until this renovation.
Right.
And I kept saying to Freddie, I said, Freddie, it needs some work. And he says, but Jeffrey says, and sure enough, you were right. They have redone it. It is gorgeous. The lobby, the bar. Slick, you were there with us, you and Alana.
I couldn't get enough. I couldn't get. I said, what is Dawn talking about? I could not get enough of the place.
You know, and as a performer, Alana looked at the floor, 'cause she's a dancer, and she said, this floor has either never been used or it's brand new. And it's brand new. They've got a new stage. They've got new everything, new rigs, new lighting. It's amazing.
Yeah. And hopefully that's going to happen. Our little project together.
Yes, we're going to put something together. They're in April called the April Fool's Project, the April Fool's Concert.
Or Spring Awakening or something.
April Fool.
April Fools, but then they think you're kidding because it's you.
I don't know whether we came up with a title yet, but it's going to involve...
Nobody likes my title.
Because no one believes you because it's April Fools. Valerie likes it.
Valerie, see, I appeal to all the crackerheads.
Cracker Barrel likes
I haven't even told these guys about it yet.
I see that because they're looking around like, what are
They're
you
saying,
talking
what are we
about?
talking about? The Parker Playhouse.
We told
I'll
JC
tell you
on
guys
Friday.
after the show.
Actually, in 2014, thanks to Steve, by the way, thanks to a phone call from Steve, my friend, I wound up on that stage with 1,100 people in the audience for the Tri-Rail Idol contest.
Wow.
And I was one of 12 finalists out of 125 people. And it was all because this man called me at the beginning of that year and said, hey, I think you should go into this contest. And I looked it up, and I went to the flea market and auditioned a cappella, and then got a phone call 2 days later. You're in the finals, 12 finalists. Did Parker Playhouse. It was 2 rounds. First 12, and then it went down to 5. And we had to do 2 separate songs. And then on the last one of the final 5, I did, when you mentioned Sammy Davis, I did Bojangles.
Oh, wow.
With the hat, the dance steps, the whole thing. And that was the thing that won it for me. All thanks to my good friend, Mr. Steve Leeds.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations. That's amazing. All right, well, we've got Steve Leeds with us, kicking off our 1 o'clock hour, also part of JM Productions. So I just want to make sure Steve's tall, that we have his whole head in the camera shot.
Do we?
I don't
Camera
know. Valerie's like, no. So, all right, we got to fix the camera for Steve. Because how tall are you, Steve?
Okay, hi.
Steve is about that tall.
We're going to fix the camera angle to get Steve in there.
Okay, hey everybody.
Oh, there he goes.
There's
They
Steve
say some
Leeds.
people long ago were searching for a different tune. I'm here, and I'm going to sing The Birth of the Blues.
Let's do it.
Birth of the
Blue.
Blue.
The Maries in the trees, singing weird melodies. And then there you are. Nursed it, rehearsed it. Little technical difficulty, but we're good. They gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. Oh, here we go now. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note and they pushed it through a horn till it was born into a blue note. And then they nursed it, they rehearsed it, and they gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. We didn't freeze, folks. This is just happening technically. That's okay, you can let it go. You know what? Maybe I didn't sing the song quite as often as I should have for technical difficulties. Maybe I didn't love you. Okay.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
Welcome to Mini Donut World, where the donuts are hot, fresh, and delicious, made to order and customizable by you. Gourmet specialty flavors such as apple pie, French toast, campfire, and strawberry cheesecake are always popular. Looking to tailor your appetite? Build your own mini donut. Choose from over 18 flavored donut bases, add on your icing flavor, and choose from over 15 toppings and drizzles. While kids enjoy our design your own kits to take home, our 21 and over customers love our alcohol-infused donuts. Come visit Mini Donut World at 8763 Sterling Road in Cooper City. Have questions or want to place an order? Give us a call at 954-369-2301. We know you will love each bite of our deliciously distinctive mini donuts.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
Welcome to Amp2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover Amp2 TV. Amp2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let Amp2 TV help get you there.
Amp2 TV and WWNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for over 10 years. They have been working around the clock nonstop to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp2 TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. At the Brooklyn Cafe, our subjects range from hot topics, feel-good stories, and back-in-the-day nostalgia. With guest personalities and business features, you just never know who you'll see on the show. With our brew crew on set, we always air live to inspire, educate, and create. Make it a date and have a day at the cafe. Join Don and Freddie every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. and for lunch every weekday from 12 to 2. Amplify your voice. Call us at 866-224-5422 or visit our website at brooklyncafe.tv.
Coffee News is a fun, family-friendly weekly publication provided free to restaurants, coffee shops, and waiting areas for customers to enjoy. Grow your business today through the power of effective, affordable advertising. Coffee News is an active marketing medium specializing in the ongoing weekly promotion of your business. This builds awareness for your company so you become known as the leader of your industry and develop brand awareness so people think of you first when they want your services or products. Maximize your visibility and achieve outstanding results. For more information on Coffee News, contact Sunrise Coffee News at mail.com or give them a call at 954-951-7870.
Jay Harmon exclusively in the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon captures the essence of really creative and captivating mind. Jay Harmon brings light into the darkness on majority of his pieces using a negative background to highlight the details of some of his looks. I know some artists use white canvases, but he thrives on a black canvas. And here's the kicker. He only uses pencil, colored pencil, graphite pencil, and pencil for his art pieces. Yes, I know it's hard to fathom that these beautiful pieces came from pencil, but yes, they did. And the only way you can experience Jay Harmon is if you come to the gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon, an unconventional artist with a unique story behind every canvas.
Creative, enchanting, whimsical. Artist Gina Bella is always creating artwork based on real stories and emotions, expressed through Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clay. Her feelings and stories come to life. Complete with glittery diamond dust over paintings and pottery, Gina Bella is always creating new pieces and commissions. You can find her work in staging homes, family Christian bookstores, New Jersey boutiques, and the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery, where she offers personal guided tours of her latest art pieces. Gina can also be found hosting weekend art camps, where she teaches adults and children pottery, painting, and jewelry. For more information on Gina Bella and her art, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or give a call to 954-857-5444.
With enough butter, anything is good. Tori Wells from Precious Treasure Gourmet Foods thinks so, because she single-handedly updated and expanded butter's possibilities. From compound, savory, sweet, and spicy, her freshly made butters aim to please. I don't know about you, but I've never really seen butter this versatile before, and now so feasible. With online shopping, just visit PreciousTreasuresGourmetFoods.com, because at Precious Treasures, Tori is working on the best artisan gourmet foods to every table. Remember, guys, true love is like butter. There's no substitute for the real thing.
Watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel. This for Dawn. We've had some technical difficulties before, but we're going to get this right. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. We started off a little shaky, but right now I'm feeling good. No Michael Bublé tune. Here we go. Hit it, guys. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, It's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world, and a bold world for me. Hey, for me. Hey, come on now. We got everybody clapping our hands out there. Stars when you shine, you know what I mean. Scent of the pine, you know what I mean. Freedom is mine, that's what I mean. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new life. Yeah, it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me. And you know what? I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good at the Brooklyn Cafe show, folks. Starting to feel real good. Feel good. Whoa, I'm feeling good. We had a tricky start, but we're doing okay now. Everything's good. Feeling good. Yeah.
That was
Nice
amazing.
job.
Steve Leeds, thank you for your patience. We just upgraded our speaker system this morning, so.
I'm antiquated. I have the equipment that I brought. It was a CD player. Anybody remember a CD player? I'm lucky I didn't come in with an 8-track and invite everybody out to the
You know, I
party.
was wondering what that piece of machinery was that you brought in. It was a
Yeah.
CD player?
It's a CD player. And
Do you have it hooked up?
This morning that CD players are obsolete.
But wait a
I
minute.
still use them in some shows.
Are you using the CD player now?
No. Well, I'm just
Oh, okay.
kind of winging it. That's why I asked Owen a favorite song and his favorite song, because I know that part of my brain is still working. I know thousands of songs, but I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, that kind of thing. But my
Well,
memory
you have an
is-
unbelievable bio. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thank you.
Children's Hour, you started singing when you were 13? Performing at 13?
I started singing at 8 years old. We'll
Wow.
talk about that after. But, just wrote a book on my career. But I started at 8 years old on a show called The Children's Hour. You're probably too young to remember that. Ed Hurley was the host of the show. And I sang, my voice was a lot higher then. I sang this work for mother, just lend her hand. That was a commercial. It was born in Hardart, the beginning of the fast food industry, actually. Born in Hardart, the Automat cafeterias in New York. You might know, but not, you know. I'm ancient.
He's a lot older than me.
Tony is 95 years old. And I'm 20 years younger than he is, and I'm, still holding on here. So so I started as a kid, and I started at 8 years old, and I started working in different clubs in Westchester, and then I wound up traveling with the Les and Ariel Orchestra all over the United States, and I sang with Glenn Miller. And then I started doing club days. That's where I met Lou back in New York a number of years ago. And then my claim to fame, I did 2.5 years at the Rainbow Room in New York City, which was the most famous nightclub probably in New York. And it was 5 to 6 nights a week for 2.5 years.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. Met a lot of celebrities. That's where I met Tony Bennett.
You have to have made a lot of people at the Rainbow Room. Imagine seeing the Rainbow Room 5 nights a week for 2 years.
6 nights a week.
6 nights, I mean.
Tricky.
Tell him.
I know,
Ta-
was drinking a lot at the time, too. This was,
That made it better.
Tell him what Bennett said. Tell him what Bennett said to you.
Bennett, yeah.
What did
He was
Tony
in
Bennett
one night.
say?
He opened, there was a club called Rainbow and Stars, and that was in the, Rockefeller Center, the Rainbow Room, and Tony was there. And he came in to hear me, and he said to me, you need younger guys like you to sing the stanzas because there's not many young guys that are singing the stanzas, the American songbook. And I said, well, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. So I'm doing a tribute show to all the music of Tony Bennett these days. A wonderful guy, amazing. I don't know if you saw the last show at Radio City with Lady Gaga, and that's what we're working on. Jeff and I are working on this, getting this show out with Tony Bennett, and a couple of Lady Gagas out there in mind, and we're doing all the music, the great music of the American Songbook.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, Slick,
It's all in my book.
Slick, you should pull up a Tony Bennett song then.
Sure.
Which one?
Well, how about his famous one? And I'll try to do it like Tony would do it. It's called, it's a song about a city, a love song. Can you guess it?
City by the Bay.
City by, no, that's not the name of it.
No,
New
I
York
know
City.
San Francisco.
Jeff, you're old enough to remember. It's San
I left my
Francisco.
heart in San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Let's see if we can do this on,
That was Sinatra that did New York City.
I left my heart in San Francisco, Slick.
Slick, you know that song?
Slick left his heart in Boston.
Slick left his heart in the car.
before, I think.
Dawn, come on in.
Dawn, come here.
Good to see you.
I'll do it without the music.
How you
Come on in.
feeling?
You got it?
Sit, relax. This is Steve Leeds of J&M Productions. So
Go to 3.
All right, make believe it. Tony Bennett, listening to Tony.
The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. Glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan, but I'm going home to my city by the bay. A little like Tony, right? I left my heart in San Francisco. Great song. High on a hill. It calls to me. To be where little cable cars they climb halfway to the stars. Morning fog may chill, yeah. I don't care, my love waits there. Back there in San Francisco, above the blue, the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco. And Tony can still sing the ending a little bit like this. Your golden sun will shine for me. Tony, we love you.
oh my gosh, that is
5 years old.
amazing. You're incredible.
Thank you very much. Tony's incredible, I'm incredible, the world's incredible, it's crazy, but
It's a
here we are
beautiful
back
place
in
to
show
be.
business.
Here we are back in sunny South Florida.
Excuse me?
Sunny South Florida, here we are.
Yep, absolutely.
What are you working? Are you working on now with the Tony Bennett tribute?
Yeah, we're working around. We're putting it together and getting the venues. Doing my usual Century Village run these days. Both Century Villages, and you know the beauty of it is that people remember this music. And you know, I tell my audiences, you're not going to hear any rap music tonight. You know, so not that I have anything against it. I love it. I think they spelled it wrong. They left the letter C off the front. Should I say that? Is that politically incorrect? We can cut that part, right? Anyway. No, I'm a, you know, I grew up with this music, and as I said, there's thousands of songs. The lyrics today, and you know the way it's written, and it's not angry. It's you know the beauty of the love songs, and today the music is you know volatile.
Yeah, Slick's like yeah.
The rhythm is there.
You know Slick.
Well,
Let's do it. How about?
We do that. We're going to talk first, or am I going to sing another song?
You can do another song.
This is song Under My Skin. That's a little different. Someone requested that Sinatra song. Sinatra, Tony Bennett. By the way, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra told, and this is true, he said his favorite singer of all time was Tony Bennett. He loved Tony. And so do I, in a special way. 95, still working. Anyway, I've got you under my skin. Sinatra. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never would go so well. But why try to resist when, baby, I know so well I've got you, remember, under my skin. Hey! I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. And every time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Under my skin. Now you gotta imagine the Count Basie Orchestra, one of the Nelson Riddle arrangements, the Paramount Theater. If you were Bobby Sox, and if you're old enough to remember, and the band started coming out on the floor of the Paramount Theater, and it sounded a little bit like this. Here we go. Here we go. Hey! Anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice. It comes in the night, and it repeats, it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your brains now, use your mentality, wake up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin, and I like it like you under my skin.
Very nice.
Truly amazing. Wow. And you just keep on going. Jeffrey, what do you got going on with Steve and JM Productions?
Right before the pandemic, we did the tribute show on a couple of occasions before the pandemic. And during the pandemic, he didn't have anything else to do, so he decided to write a book.
Steve, sit in the white chair.
He wrote a book, and the author is here. But I do want to mention that earlier in his career, he was managed by the great Cy Coleman. You forgot to mention that, Steve.
It's all in the book, and I have the author of the book is here too. I'd like him to say a couple of words, and because I brought him down. Luckily, he drove because he found the place. Because I'm too old to drive. I can't drive at night. It's during the day. What are we talking about? I'm a frustrated comedian, by the way, and I'm also a little wacky, right, Jeff?
I don't know whether partial wacky or more wacky. Okay.
Jeffrey didn't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I let them do their thing, okay?
And they do it well.
They do.
They do it well.
They do.
That's all.
So we have a book here. If you, it's called. I love to talk about myself. So it's called "Let's Talk About Steve." It's Paul named it actually. Paul and I are good friends. We play tennis together every morning, and Paul is a. Well, let me ask Paul. You want to talk a little bit
It's
about
like
yourself?
open up the
Move the NDI.
NDI.
Can I give Paul this?
Yes, give him that mic for him to talk.
Okay.
We want to get Paul in it. Otherwise, look to your right.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go. There we go. Now we got Paul in it. Perfect.
That's Paul.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. So, I'll tell you a little bit about the book. It's called Let's Talk About Steve. Not a very creative title, but it's true. It's all about Steve. And the subtitle is A Journey.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
And it's
Test 1 2.
about Steve's entertainment career, but also about his trials and tribulations with abuses, which is 23 years sober.
Yeah, right. That's a big change. Thank you. Thank you. That always gets a round of applause. I mention that on my shows when I go out and do the shows because it was a life changer. I started drinking when I was, as a change of subject, but it's I started drinking when I was 17, alcoholically. When I was working in Westchester, I was working with older jazz musicians. And they said, why don't you come to the bar and have a scotch on the rocks? And I said, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And I was 17 at the time, and I realized that the effect of the alcohol made me sing even better, I thought, right? We get up and you can go out there and perform. And the problem was for me that it worked so well for many, many years. And finally, by the time I turned 50, making a long story short, it's all in the book. After trials and tribulations and failed marriages and missed opportunities like when I met Tony Bennett, and I could have taken it a little further, but I was preferred to go down to a bar called Hurley's and have a couple of drinks after, then hang out with the winners, as I call them at that time. But be that as it may, so I got sober, and today, February 1st, I'll be celebrating 24 years of continued sobriety. So anybody else has a drinking problem out there, and
That's nice.
recovered. And it's a life changer. I'm a happier person now. I've been drunk and I've been sober, and I like sober better.
You experience life a whole lot more, right?
Excuse me?
You can experience life a whole lot more.
Yes, I do.
How long did it take you to write the book?
I think we spent about a year together, most of the time during the pandemic.
Yeah.
At first, we were together in my house, right, Steve?
Yep.
And then, because of the pandemic, we did it by Zoom or by phone call or by notes. And then we put it together and proofread it a bunch of times, and we have a book.
Yeah. All I did, he did all the work. I just spoke into a microphone and called him, and he did all the work and kept calling me back. He said, because I'm a little, as they say, meshuggah, and I'm a little nuts. Anyway, so my timeline was a little off sometimes, so Paul would call me back and say, Steve, I need a little more of this information. When did this happen? You bought your 55 Chevy, was it 1973? I mean, that's impossible, So I had my timeline mixed up. But he did all the work, is what I'm saying.
Thank you, Steve.
He's a
Why
great
write
guy
a
and
book?
a great tennis player, too.
What made you want to write the book?
It's a little bit of a story, but I guess I'll start until you stop me.
Yeah.
I had a friend by the name of David Bowes, and David and I would go running together. And David would tell me about his dad's exploits before, during, and after World War II in Europe, and then in the United States. And David got ill. He was diagnosed with glioblastoma, very terrible diagnosis. And in the process of helping his wife, Wendy, source some documents from their condominium in Palm Isles, they came upon files from David's father, Eric, going back as far as the 1930s. And I asked Wendy for permission to write the book about his family, so I became an author, I guess, with that book. It's called The Search for the White Stork, and it's a historical fiction. And when Steve and I talked about it on the tennis courts, where we find ourselves quite a bit at a time, we talked about writing his story, and that's the origin.
And what about Steve's story compelled you to say, I want to write it?
When listening to Steve and doing some of my own research, I realized just how awful these diseases are. We talk about them in platitudes, but I think we just passed 100,000 deaths from drug abuse this year. So if you look at that and you compare it to the deaths in wars, it's much greater. Even our terrible wars, with the exception of the Civil War, I believe, we've lost at least 150,000 people in the United States alone to drug abuse and alcohol abuse. So, Steve, basically the story hopefully is a message for other people who will find the courage to do what Steve did. He was tremendously courageous, and it didn't happen overnight.
Right. It's the thing that comes to mind is, you look at the Whitney Houstons and the Michael Jacksons and the Elvis Presleys and all these huge stars that have everything. I mean, they can, monetary, whatever they want, right? And they wind up, in a bathtub with a needle in their arm or something. So for me, I have to wonder, what is missing in life? What are they missing that, that hole that everybody kind of has to fill, I guess, in some way. But, the business is notorious, so all the people. So I consider myself, I'm very blessed. By the grace of God, here I am, able to talk about this. Because I was on the same stages. I had, a lot of opportunities. And not that I say I could have been Elvis or anything, but who knows, So, but if you're, once the alcohol and drugs starts, and it's a disease that tells you it's not a disease. It's the only one we do to ourselves. You can have a problem, you wake up, how many times I woke up and I said, well, if I'm only drinking by 4 o'clock this afternoon, I don't really have a problem. I'm not like that other guy who's dying from it or in the street. And the whole, the idea of the alcoholic in the mind is the bum in the picking up something out of a garbage can or a half, but it's not that way at all. There's a lot of people out there.
What was the aha moment for you to finally say, I can't do this anymore?
Well, probably after rehab number 4, I think it was. Okay. Yeah, when I was scratching the floor. I was 50 years old. Actually, I was working. It was during the Rainbow Room times. I got sober in 1998, and no, it was after the Rainbow Room. I'm sorry, I remember. I got sober. The Rainbow Room was 88, 89, and 90, and I got sober in 98. So I was scratching and clawing. I just couldn't, stop. It gets a hold of you, and at the end I couldn't function. I couldn't tie my shoelaces without having a drink first. And your family suffers, and you don't think you're hurting anybody else, but you're like this tornado that's going through everybody else's lives, and you don't even realize it. And the ending is never good. So the answer to your question is, yeah, I finally got it, and through a program, and it's. And there was George Carlin, right.
So one of the stories within the book is about George Carlin's appearance on the Johnny Carson show so many years ago. And he talked about addiction and sobriety, and he spoke about how you have to wanna. And he tilted his head, cocked his head, and he said, you gotta wanna, and he shouted.
He said, you gotta wanna, but you gotta wanna. If you wanna, then you got a shot at something. You have to put all effort into it,
I think the disease lies to you. It lies to you all the time. It says you're fine. Another one of the little vignettes in the book talks about how Steve was in a tuxedo at night. So how could he be this person who needs help, right? And And yet, at times, he was the guy who picked up the bottle of vodka out of a muddy puddle,
Yeah.
drinking out of it because he was so desperate. So the stories in the book are his stories and his recovery and his wonderful sobriety. And hopefully, if others read it, they'll walk down the same path to sobriety that Steve did.
Let's say you can't judge a book by its cover, but you'll play on words.
The cover, he was only 17 years old when that
my
picture was
first
taken. But
composite.
I do want to mention something about Steve. As you know, I've got several artists that I manage. The fact that Steve, after hearing his story when we first got together and so forth, I think it's made Steve a better performer, a better artist. Not only does his Tony Bennett tribute, but he also has a variety show. There's another show that he's with, the Ultimate Tribute Show, which they're going to be on Jingle Jam next Monday, and Steve will be back here then with Susan Ashley and Tony Nicolosi. But the fact that he puts it into his show about his bout with alcoholism and drug abuse, and he spills his guts out there on the stage, literally.
I don't talk about it continuously.
No, but you do. There's a segment, and I give him a lot of credit, okay? A tremendous amount of credit. And as I said, it's made him a better performer.
You know, let's talk about Steve. You know, that's the name of the book, so I'm going to keep going. Anyway, let's talk about myself. I'm a legend in my own mind sometimes. So there's the comedic part. Anyway, what was I going to say, Jeff? Oh, so the idea is I'm passionate about sobriety now, and if I can, if somebody's out there listening to this, and I'll give him my phone number, call me, and I can try and help, because it's a 12-step program, and I can't keep it unless I give it away. So I have to talk about it, how I came out of this depths of hell, and there were, if you read the book, there were things in there that I should have been dead now. And if you go and you hear other alcoholics, if they're being honest, you come close to death. Everybody has a bottom, quote unquote. And some people have a bottom, and then the bottom has a trap door, and then that has a trap door. So for me, it was continuing sobriety and on a day-to-day basis, no weekends off for 23 years.
It's a tough business, what we do, what you do. Singing is a tough business, and sometimes you're looking in the wrong places to give you that uplift, because you think it's going to make you feel better, and it's not. It's just hurting you. But it's a tough business, and then to be good at it, to have the gift of your voice and everything else that goes with it, it's even harder to sustain, man. We talk about you can marry her, but do you get to keep her? And in this business, you're only as good as your last act. And you have friends when you're flying, and when you're down, you ain't got no friends. People sort of disappear on you, and you say, where'd everybody go? But I tip my hat, because you wrote the book and you're giving it forward. Your voice is unbelievable. I wish I knew you back in the day, because I probably wouldn't have had enough. But it's amazing that you put it forward. Congratulations. Just keep going. And we're going to be seeing more Steve, hopefully, in the future, and that guy behind you as well.
He's going to be here on Monday. You want to do another one? Take us out to commercial break?
Sure.
All
Love
right.
to.
Slick, let's see what we can get queued up.
It ain't easy.
Yeah, let's do, we could do something for the holiday season.
Oh, let's do a holiday season. We are in the middle of 12 days of Christmas.
And I think Dawn Square is going to sing too.
Wish everyone a
Right, Dawn?
Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. And drink responsibly, folks. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your hearts be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, they gather near to us once more. Through the years, we'll always be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star above the highest bough, and have yourself a merry, happy, a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Hi friends, it's Bree and Allie from Kids and Capes. Tune in Saturday mornings on the Brooklyn Cafe Kids Television Network at 10 o'clock, where we share fun and ideas. And remember, peace, love, and kindness.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back. Good show today.
You got a big book to read there.
Paul, you used a lot of words, Paul. Lot of words. Lot of words. Love it.
That's a big book. I have to thank.
You wrote that in a week.
This is like the Rocky movie. He wrote it in an hour, right?
Gotta thank J&M Productions, Jeffre4y Weinstein for incredible talent today. We've got Steve Leeds and Lou Villano joining us, kicking off our Jingle Jam for this week of the 12 Days of Christmas. For more information on bookings, you can contact Jeffrey. You can find him at jmproductions.biz. jmproductions.biz. We got a lot of things going on this week, so save the date. Come on in Wednesday, toy drive for the kids. Bring an unwrapped toy and get a free headshot, do some networking, have some holiday cheer with Danielle Boujon Photography. And then on Saturday, we're going where?
We're going to the movies at Del Rey to watch The Sharks and the Jets West Side Story 2. Come on and down. It's our treat. You don't pay, we pay. Come on and bring a friend. You guys are more than invited. 6:30 at the movies at Del Rey.
The new West Side Story.
We may have to sing "When You're a Jet, You're a Jet All the Way." You know the words to all that, Steve?
West Side Story.
You're a jet all the way
Oh, there you
from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
This is the guy. This is the guy that we need to do that. Because we're going to be doing that. I had some singing.
I know you have a recording studio too that you're.
Yes, we do.
Do some tunes and yeah, you never know. You know.
You never know.
You never know.
So congratulations to you again. 24 years in February. Congratulations.
24 years, yeah.
Spectacular. So
Nice.
thank you so much. We're going to have Steve take it out. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late. All right, Steve, roll it, baby.
Appropriate song from Frank. We did his 75th birthday party too. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. Everybody can relate to this song, right? When I'm back on top in June, I say that's life. Funny as it seems, it's a strange track there. Some people get their kicks stepping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up, down, over and out. But I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, well, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life. And I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, baby, but this heart won't buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, well, I'd go down to Fort Lauderdale Airport, get on a JetBlue, and I'd fly. I've been a puppet, pauper, pirate, poet, pawn and a king. I've been up, down, over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, well, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life, baby. And I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, but my heart just won't buy it. But if nothing's shaking in Florida come July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. said it.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and